Hello,
How's
can
it
you hear?
go? How's it going?
Oh, how's it going? All right. Can you see me?
Yes,
Can you hear me?
yes.
Okay, I'm having a bit of trouble seeing you, my friend.
Let me see here. Um, Here we go.
Yeah, yeah, cool. How's it going? All right.
All right.
Cool. So, yeah, are you fine to jump straight into this here?
Yes.
Cool. So, I've got the application answers you put down in front of me here. But I would love it if you could give me a high-level overview of who you are and what you do, in your own words, and feel free to add anything you feel would be important on our call here today. A life story isn't essential.
Okay, so I am actually a technician over at Nissan. I work for them, but I also came across Amazon FBA, and I was very interested in like the ROIs you can get from there. So I knew it was a good second income that is possible. I just recently started my journey, so everything is new to me. I am familiar with how the system works and how, you have to go to suppliers and find the right product and all that. So um, it's kind of hard to go down the right path without a mentor to help me out or any suggestions. I've tried Facebook market communities, trying to see if they could help me out and stuff, but I did place this call here today just to see if I could get some extra help. It always helps, like I said. But yeah, that's mainly what I do and how I started and kind of the gist of it.
No worries there. So just as a brief recap then, you're currently working as a technician at Nissan.
Yes.
You came across Amazon FBA recently. How recently did you come across Amazon FBA?
So I started the beginning of 2024, which was January, but I didn't get serious about it up until half of the year, which would be like around this time. Um, just because due to the fact that I didn't have the right knowledge, I didn't have enough knowledge to know where I'm headed or exactly, if I could make it work.
Okay, cool. No worries. So you started back in January. It's only recently that you started getting serious when you were looking for more information about this then. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay, cool. And you mentioned you like the ROI as well. What did you mean by that exactly?
Just like basically like the return on investment on these products you can get. You could find some potentially good products with good ROI, and I know, with buying more and more products, you could increase your income every month off these products. It's just finding the right distributor, the right price, the lowest price, and you know, being able to actually go through the process of buying a product, being able to sell it through the Amazon seller app, and then, you know, from there, just kind of go through the whole thing. That way I know how the process goes because realistically, I haven't bought my first product. Um, I've just been looking through distributors. I've been opening accounts with distributors, just trying to see what they have, what they offer, the lowest prices. Just comparing. I'm just comparing products, comparing distributors' prices. So I yet still have to, purchase my first product.
Okay, cool. And just to make it clear to you, just so we're on the same page here, in terms of the ROI from this, say for example, you were to make $100,000 in sales this year,
Mhm.
around 20 to 35% of that, if you've done it correctly, that's what's going to be profit. So roughly 20 to $35,000.
Mhm.
Does that fit in line with what you're looking for in terms of a business model to take seriously?
Yes, I'd say so. Just because it's like a completely different like second income for me. So, I mean, it would be great. Yeah, just seeing results like that. I'm not expecting like 100,000 a year or anything like
Yeah,
that,
just wanted
anything
to make sure,
crazy.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
because yeah,
no.
this isn't a get rich quick scheme.
Right, right,
You
right,
have to reinvest profit back into the business in
right,
order to scale it. Just wanted to
right,
make
right.
sure we're clear here. So yeah,
Mhm.
so yeah, in terms of like the video, we sent you a video before the call. Were you able to go through the entire thing?
So I was going through it. The only thing what happened was I lost the link, and in order for me to
Um,
watch the video again, I had to put all of my information back in. But um, since I already had done it and scheduled my appointment at 9, um, I was pretty much going to schedule an appointment at 10, but there was no point in doing that because, I already had mine at 9. So I lost it. I was like halfway there, but yeah.
okay, based on what you did see, did you find it helpful?
Yes, yes, I did.
Okay, and was there anything missing from the video that you would have liked to have been addressed in more detail?
Um, I mean, I wish I saw all of it, but seemed fine to me. I didn't get to see the whole thing.
Okay, no worries there. So was our offer and our guarantee, was that made clear to you?
Hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
so yeah, just to make sure we're on the same page here, so we guarantee you make your first $100,000 in sales
Hmm.
within 12 months of working with us. And that's based on an action-based guarantee. So you have to contact at least 100 manufacturers and you have to test at least 50 products. If you've done that and you haven't gotten to $100,000 in sales after 12 months of doing this, then we refund you, no questions asked. Is that clear to you?
Sounds good.
Cool. And do you have any questions in terms of who we are and just how our guarantee works?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so you guys are from the UK or?
Yeah, so Jats is
Because I'm
from
from, yeah,
originally
I'm familiar with Jets.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, as a company, we're based in the UK, but we've got students in Canada and America, a few
Hmm.
in Europe, but mostly concentrated in the UK.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So yeah, so typically on these calls, the majority of people that I do speak to, they're on one of three categories.
Hmm.
So either they're researching other companies and they're on this call here to pretty much waste everyone's time, or they've got a partner or a spouse that they make decisions with and they can't be on the call today, or
Hmm.
they're here to simply make a decision by themselves. So out of those three categories, which one would you say that you're in right now?
I'm pretty much making the decisions by myself.
Okay, no issues there. So I guess just so you get the most amount of value from this call, was there anything specific you were hoping we could help you with? And then based on that, I'll know how to tailor our service towards your specific needs.
Um, I know I watched Jat's recent video about how Amazon FBA is kind of becoming not too profitable. Only there's this new hybrid version that he figured out. So I was kind of curious about that hybrid, more of that hybrid version where he can scale his profit by like 40 to 60 in a month compared to as what he was saying was only, you could still make easily 10K a month just by Amazon FBA, but he was saying that through that hybrid way that he was doing it at course, he's saying you could obviously scale up even more than 10K a month. So I'm just curious, like, is Amazon FBA still, is it oversaturated already, or is it kind of like, um, dying down due to all these, people just trying to sell on
So the
Amazon?
thing is, Amazon FBA was saturated when that started. It was saturated before that,
Mhm.
and it's going to be saturated in like 10 years from now. It's always going to be saturated. The reason
Okay.
why is because Amazon's the biggest sort of like platform to buy things from. So as I'm sure you're aware, I take it you're from Canada, is that correct?
Hmm. No, I'm from America.
America. So no worries. So high streets are dying down, everything's going online. So Amazon's only going to get bigger as time goes on. And that also
Hmm.
means more people are going to be trying to sell on Amazon. So
Hmm.
the main sort of problem people are facing right now is once they list a product, a lot of people jump onto the same thing and tank the price lower.
Hmm.
So it makes it difficult for people to consistently make money. Now, what you mentioned there, what in the recent video with the what Jats was explaining, that's the profit flywheel method. So what that means is you take one product and you complement it with another product. You put them
Hmm.
together and then you sell them as one thing. So it's
Like a
more
bundle.
difficult for yeah, as a bundle. So it's more difficult for people to copy you, and that's how you build
Hmm.
your edge.
I
That's
see.
what yeah, that's what we would be teaching you how to do in terms
Hmm.
of finding the right thing and sourcing things and then making sure that you can build
Hmm.
relationships with suppliers so you can scale this up profitably without people listing there. That makes
Yes.
sense. Okay, do you have any questions in terms of like
Yeah,
our
so
service there?
this course here you're offering, what's the cost on that for the course?
So in terms of the investment required here, I know you mentioned on your application that you have if I just bring up your application here again. So so I know you mentioned you had $2,000 to $3,000 right now saved up
Hmm.
to potentially invest into something like this. Is that correct?
Hmm. Yes.
Okay, cool. And do you have like funds set aside for stock on top of that?
I do, yes.
Okay, no worries there. If you have $2,000 to $3,000, then our service would make sense for you, and I can show you how things work because we're not going to like charge like tens of thousands of dollars for our service. We're not here to do that.
Hmm.
So, in terms of like the way this call is going to pretty much go, I'll ask you a few more questions just to make sure that we can 100% help you in the first place.
Hmm.
And if we can, then I'll present how our solutions can work for you on my screen so you can see it visually.
Hmm.
And by the end of the call, all I'm going to be looking for is a simple yes or no answer, and either way is fine. Is that something you'd be comfortable with?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, I guess to start things off, what's your actual goal with Amazon FBA right now?
So my actual goal with Amazon FBA was to see if it actually worked. That's like my main goal. And then from there, not fully invest my time into Amazon FBA, but definitely make it my second source of income. Just because it's much needed, especially nowadays. Like, a few bucks is definitely much needed. So that's mainly my goal. I mean, I just want to scale and see if it's possible, because I do believe it's possible, and you know, I just want to make it happen.
Absolutely. Have you ever tried to make money online before?
No, so actually I have, but it was for like stocks and stuff, like day trading, but I mean
Okay.
it's too complicated. I believe this is more legitimate because, it's a physical product that you're buying. So, you know, if things do go bad, you still have the physical product to sell, even though you might not make much off of it. But, it's less riskier than definitely day trading. So this is more realistic to me.
Okay. And in terms of like wanting a second source of income right now, why would that be important to you?
I'm definitely not like the richest man alive, but yeah, it's um just money really, and just learning a new skill and being able to see how this, business side works, and just kind of developing skills, developing, you know, as a person, I feel like you do have to develop skills in order for you to become more successful in life, and guarantee yourself more money as well. So it's just all learning process to me. It's all just beneficial to me as well as the money. So I can't see why this is not a good idea.
Okay. So, I guess when it comes to building a second source of income and potentially like having a better life with that, that's
Hmm.
what everyone says. But the ugly side of the business is that it requires a lot of time, a lot of sweat capital to get things off the ground.
Hmm.
So, having said that, like, what even motivates you to start a new business here, to go through all the pain, all that headaches of starting an Amazon FBA business, so you can build a consistent income with this?
Hmm. Right. I mean, honestly, there's headaches everywhere with anything with work. So it's just, I feel like you just have to choose your headache, and I feel like I can go through this, no problem. So yeah, I mean, I just want to learn.
Cool, no worries there. So I'm sure you were aware of this before our call today, but you can just like go out there for free and continue to use free resources to
Right.
build that knowledge up that you need to do this. Jax has got plenty of free YouTube videos showing you how to
Hmm.
do this. Is that something you've considered, or have you like made up your mind in terms of wanting a mentor like Jax to speed up that process in terms of getting a profitable Amazon FBA business?
Right. Yeah. So I've watched Jats all of his most of his videos. So I'm familiar with the information and everything he has put out. I mean, he's a great guy. Like he really does help you out. He does put great information out there for you. But having a mentor, it definitely will speed up the process. And I just feel like, when you get stuck in situations, you definitely need a mentor or someone or some sort of information. So doing this, I feel like, it will at least help me start because, like I said, I still yet to have to purchase my first product. So, yes, I would just want to, I need all the help I can get.
No worries there. And based on what you have seen, have you built up a sort of way to build a checklist so you can find the right products, or are you still a bit confused when it comes to product selection?
Um, so I'm I am using Sourceo. I already I pretty much I feel like I have everything I need in terms of like researching products. Sourceo is it's a great it's a great tool to have. So I mean, I would say Sourceo is probably like my biggest way to find products as well as distributors around me. And yeah, I just you
Okay,
know
cool. So in terms of like, I know you mentioned that you're looking for help with finding the right products, suppliers, getting like this business started here.
hmm
Um, but it's getting that help from Jats. Is that a genuine priority for you right now? And the only reason why I ask is because we just want to make sure you're not going to invest into something you're not going to make 100% use of it.
hmm Right. Yeah, I mean, that's the goal, I want to be able to, put myself through this and learn something new. So I hope I can get 100% of whatever you guys are offering and, I'm with it 100% and yeah, I'm willing to learn.
Okay, and I don't want to like potentially rush you into a decision here after I explain everything, but why would this be a priority for you right now?
Um, So I would say this would be a priority just because I have time in my hands and I want to learn something new as well as a second income, source of income. So just constantly learning and being able to find new ways to make money. Like I said, this is probably my I ran into Amazon FBA through Jazz on YouTube. So I got interested in it, so ever since then, I always wanted to learn more because I know people, make profit and stuff. And, I'm wondering how Amazon keeps up with all these products and stuff like that. So I was just interested and hooked and just wanted to see how the whole system worked.
Absolutely. So, before I share my screen here and show you how everything works, there's a few reasons as to why this might not be a good fit between us and why you shouldn't work with us. So I'm just going to go through those reasons there, and if we get through that, then I'll be more than happy to show you the full breakdown here. Does that sound fair enough?
hmm
Okay, cool. So we have a requirement on your end that you should put in at least 10 hours a week into this. Now, I know you mentioned that you can do that right now, but is that something you're going to be able to do for the foreseeable future and in terms of a consistent basis?
Yes.
Okay, cool. No worries there. Also, I know I mentioned if it hasn't been made clear to you already that you're building a legitimate cash flowing business here. So
hmm
I know you mentioned you tried day trading before.
hmm
This isn't like that. So
Right.
as I mentioned before, you have to take that profit and reinvest it back into the business. So
hmm
that's what Jats has done. That's what all our successful students have done in order to get the results that you've seen.
hmm
So for the very first year, at the very least, that's something you're prepared for.
Yes. I mean, I do have money sitting. Um, So it would just be great to be able to just use it and being able to profit off my money. So make my money work for me and, reinvest it into Amazon FBA. Just because I do know that reinvesting into it, it will eventually scale you up and stuff. So,
Okay, cool. No worries there. And like the last reason why this isn't usually a good fit is if this is your first time investing into a mentor. And what I mean by that is like first time investors, they're great in the sense that they're easy to teach. They take everything we teach them. They don't have no bad sort of habits.
mhm,
But sometimes when we explain like how everything works to them, especially on these sort of calls here, they get this huge moment of fear when like it's time to sort of like get over the line and like process the investment required here. But do you feel like fear is going to be a deciding factor in your decision making process?
I wouldn't say fear, but I'm definitely nervous just because I don't know what yet there is to come. Um, but definitely excited as well. I want to see this process happen, and I want to see this process, be a positive in my life and just kind of bring me what I need.
Cool. And like feeling nervous, that's like completely normal, by the way.
Right,
If you're going to do something new, like you're always going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. That's
right,
your body telling you you're doing something new outside your comfort zone. But that's the only
hmm
way you're going to grow here. That's the
right,
same sort of leap that Jats had to make. That's the same sort of leap that everyone has to make to
hmm
actually make changes in their life here. Otherwise,
hmm
you're going to be stuck doing the same thing over and
right,
over again, and you never ever make progress in your life. So
yeah.
yeah, just to make that clear with you. So yeah, based on like the conversation we've had so far, I'm happy to share my screen here. Do you have a pen and paper to take notes with?
Yeah, just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay. Alrighty.
Okay. So cool. So you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So let me just share my screen here. So let me just share this with you. Okay, so can you see my screen here?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So in order for us to help you make your first $100,000 in sales within the next 12 months of launching your Amazon FBA business, there's four things we're going to help you with. So first is your initial setup. Then we're going to help you research the right products. Then we're going to help find the right suppliers for you. And then we're going to help you scale your business for the years to come. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
Cool. Now, when it comes to your initial setup, we're going to help you set up your wholesale company, so your LLC. We'll help you set up your business bank account, your company website, your company email, and your Amazon seller account. Is that clear as well?
Yes.
Got it. Now, I know it sounds like there's quite a few things to set up here, but Jats has
Right.
broken everything down in the service we do provide in a click-by-click format, so it's very difficult to get things wrong. So you're going to be good and compliant from day one here, and it usually takes like less than 48 hours to set everything up. And the main benefit for you here is when you're talking to manufacturers and you're negotiating with them, they're going to respect you and take you seriously because you've set everything up properly. Now, is that clear?
Yes.
And do you have any questions in terms of the initial setup before we start getting into the meat of things?
So I do have my Amazon seller account, as well as my company email. I don't have a website. I do have my EIN.
Yeah. So we'll help you set everything up. We'll make sure
Hmm
that it's done correctly and
hmm
everything is just in one place for you. So
Okay.
there's no sort of mistakes you're going to make before you start contacting manufacturers and they
hmm
start asking you for these sort of details there and you're in a position where you can't provide it. That makes sense.
Okay.
Cool. So we'll make sure that's 100% done before you move on to the next stage, which is helping you with product research. So one
hmm
of the main reasons why people like fail with Amazon FBA is because they spend thousands of dollars and months of their time just like wasting into the wrong products here. So the way that we're going to help you succeed is you're gonna get the 5 point checklist that Jats has built out after years and years of doing this. So you'll be able to find the hidden gems with a proven sales history from big brands that people already know, like, and trust. So once you've built up that experience, you'll be able to research the correct products in just a few minutes. And then from there, that's when we start teaching you how to bundle your winners. So that's the profit flywheel method. So
hmm
this is where you bundle items that complement each other. So for example, Coke and straws, car cleaning kits. So say, for example, you have the liquid that cleans, the dust collector, the sponge. Everything's going to be put into one sort of package that goes into a listing, which where you own the listing, so no one else can copy you. And also, again, as another example, soap and shampoo. So the benefits to bundling is that it's more difficult for your competitors to steal your listing, to steal your products. So that's what's going to allow you to build your business moat and scale your business. It's going to be easier for you to negotiate discounts with manufacturers, and this is what actually gets you to those 30% plus profit margins with your Amazon FBA business. Is
Yes.
that clear to you? And do you have any questions when it comes to bundling and how that's the way that you're going to go down?
No, yes, I understand
Okay, cool.
bundling.
Now, to make sure you're not going to invest money into bad products, you're going to fill out a product research form and submit it to Jats for him to review. So he'll give you his feedback, and if he believes you found a winning product or a winning bundle, you'll then be ready for the next stage, which is sourcing the suppliers for it. So if I just show
Mhm,
you what that looks like. So if you go over here, so in our program, you'll get a form like this.
mhm,
So this is where you type in your name. So Jonathan,
mhm,
and then you type in the product link. So for the manufacturer, so all the products, the complementary products, everything goes here. You type
mhm,
in the product ASIN, and then you confirm if it's met the five checks
mhm,
for JATS to review. Then you submit it. Then JATS gets back to you saying yes, this is the right product, or no, this is what you need to look for instead. And then he
mhm,
gives you the green light before you move on to the next stage. The benefit here is that you're not going to waste money into the wrong products and waste
mhm.
time listing the wrong products. So that's the benefit behind this specific part of our service. So does that make sense to you?
Yes, yes.
And do you have any questions in terms of the product research that you're doing and the service we provide when it comes to making sure you're going to be doing it correctly from day one?
No, no questions. I mean, it's pretty cool that that what you got there. I mean, Jack is, it goes to show that he's helping out.
Yeah, and the main thing is like you're doing the thing correctly from day one. You're not going to be like
Right.
unmotivated after like a month of doing this. That happens in like other sort of communities. We want to make sure that you're motivated from day one and you're
Hmm.
always doing the right thing at all times. So that's why we have that product research form for you. Now, the next stage from here is going to be finding the right suppliers for you. So after Jax has given you the green
Hmm.
light with the product that you've researched,
Hmm.
it's time to get connected with suppliers off that product and build partnerships with them. Now, the suppliers that most people use and get stuck with is they have no testimonials, they're bad when it comes to communication. They sell on Amazon themselves. So if you reach out to them saying, do you have this product? They
Hmm.
just go and say, this sounds like a good product, we're just going to sell it ourselves. So that just leaves you in a position where you can't sell that product that you've spent like a few weeks researching. So they're also unclear with their pricing. So it's difficult for you to scale your business because you don't know concrete pricing for you to like plan ahead for the future here. So what we
Right.
do is we're going to help you partner with suppliers where you can build long-term relationships with them. So they're going to be diligent when it comes to communication. They have fast turnaround times with their shipments, so you're going to get those five-star reviews because your customers are happy that they've gotten their
Hmm.
products on time. They have a good reputation within the community, they have strong testimonials, and they have a simple pricing and discount threshold for you. So it's going to be easier for you to plan your business for the months and months to come, especially when it's around holiday seasons, when you need to know the prices of the things you're buying beforehand, so you can like plan ahead. Also,
Hmm.
the suppliers that we're going to help you get connected with, they come recommended by other sellers, especially JATs, and other successful students within our community. So do you have any questions in terms of the suppliers that we're going to help you get connected with?
No, I'm excited for that. Yeah, to see what suppliers.
Okay, cool. Now, to make sure that none of these suppliers are going to take advantage of you, because that still can happen,
Hmm.
is we're going to give you the exact word-by-word calling scripts and email scripts that you need to use in order to source these suppliers, vet them, and partner with them so you find the right supplier from like as early as possible. We'll give you a checklist of questions you need to ask them so they understand that you're not a beginner and they
Hmm.
give you the best rates so they take you seriously. We're also
Hmm.
going to give you guidance on how to conduct a test shipment. So what I mean by that is you'll be able to work out if there's product market fit with the bundle that you invest into as quickly and as cheaply as possible. So invest in a small shipment first, and
Hmm.
then once Jat says this is good, this is going to be fruitful for the long run, then you invest more money into that stock and build up your
Hmm.
listing and build up the amounts of money that you're going to be making with this. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Cool. And do you have any questions in terms of finding the right suppliers and this part of the process specifically?
No, no questions.
Okay, cool. So the next thing after this, it's going to be scaling your business for the years to come. So in the next 90 days from now, if you take action, you'll know how to research A-grade products, sell them into bundles, and make 30% plus profit margins on them. You'll have fully mastered how to get the right suppliers, and you'll have made a few $1,000s in sales. So at this point here, it's time to buy back your time. So we do this by looking at your winning listings and teaching you how to expand your product line. So how can you get more bundles and more winners so you can scale your business profitably? We give you the plug and play templates and systems that Jats has built, so you can install them into your business. So it pretty much runs itself. So we teach you how to hire virtual assistants and give you the process that you need in order to source them, hire them and train them, and then delegate to them the parts of your business that you want to them. So, for example, product research, contacting suppliers. We teach you how to teach that to your virtual assistants so you can take a step out of the business and start focusing on more long-term leverage things, if that makes
Hmm.
sense. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
Do you have any questions when it comes to helping you scale your business here?
Um, no, no questions.
Okay, cool. Now, to make sure that you succeed when it comes to product research, sourcing, and scaling, you're going to have access to unlimited accountability and support calls. So you fill out a short form, and we work out if the problem that you have is a simple 30-second fix, or if
Hmm.
a call is going to be needed. So technically, you could have a call with us every
Hmm.
single day if you wanted to. And here's the thing, we encourage you to overuse this option.
Hmm.
And the reason why is because it massively increases the speed in which you're going to get to your first $100,000 sales. So what that
Hmm.
looks like is this. So with our service here, so we have a form. It's a one-on-one accountability form. So you would type in your name, so Jonathan.
Hmm.
And say, for example, your question is finding the right supply for my product. You would submit that. Then either Jats or one of our community managers would get back to you, and
Hmm.
they would teach you, they would coach you on the steps that you need to take in order to resolve that problem 100%. Is that clear to you?
Mm. Okay. Yeah, that's clear.
Cool. And yeah, and you can, as I mentioned before, you can submit as many of these as you want, and you could
Hmm.
have calls every single day if you really wanted to, especially in the beginning. And we encourage that, just so you know that
Hmm.
you're doing the right thing right at the
Okay.
beginning here. Cool. So is that clear? Do you have any questions when it comes to the support calls you're going to get from us?
No, man, sounds great.
Cool. So the next stage from here is our guarantee. And again, I want to be clear on this. So we have a guarantee in place where if you haven't hit $100,000 in sales within 12 months of working with us, then we're going to refund your entire investment. And what
Mhm.
you need to do in order to qualify for that guarantee is you must have contacted at least 100 brands or wholesalers, and you must have tested at least 50 products. If you've done this and you haven't hit $100,000 in sales, then we refund your investment with us. And that's going to be outlined in the agreement that we would sign before we potentially start working together. So everything's going to be in writing here before we get started. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool. And do you have any questions on our guarantee?
No, it sounds great. No, we can move on.
Cool. So from here, so that's how we're going to help you go from where you are now to making your first $100,000 in sales within 12 months, where roughly 20 to 35% of that is going to be profit. And that's based on what students have achieved so far. And again, selling things in bundles is what's going to allow you to hit those 30% plus profit margins. So from here, you're looking at two outcomes after getting started with us. Either you put in the work, you follow exactly what we say, and for some reason you don't hit $100,000 in sales and within 12 months, and we give you a full refund, no questions
Mhm.
asked. Or
Okay.
you put in the work, follow exactly what we say, and you hit at least $100,000 in sales, of which $20,000 to $30,000 is going to $35,000 is going to be profit in year one of your Amazon FBA business. Now,
Hmm.
is that clear to you?
Yes.
And do you have any questions in terms of like the two potential outcomes that could like materialize from it if you decided to get started with us?
So for the first one, it says, if I don't hit, okay, if I don't hit 100, so you have to hit at least 100,000 in sales within the year. If not, it's fully refundable.
Yep.
Okay. Which would be, okay, 20 to 35 in profit a
Yeah.
year. Okay.
So
Okay.
if you do everything correctly, if you've priced everything correctly, the way that we're going to teach you,
Hmm.
you're looking at 20 to $35,000 in profit in year one of your Amazon
Is
FBA
this due to
business.
like taxes, or is this how the system works on the Amazon FBA? Like,
So once you once you pay the Amazon fees, once you pay the fees for your products, all the cost of goods involved, after all the fees are taken into
mhm,
account, this is what you're looking at in terms of the profit after that. Then obviously you have to pay tax on your
right.
profit, and depending on like the state and like you're in, you should get an accountant, which again will advise you on to make sure you're going to pay the least amount of tax on your profit here. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
Cool. So before I get into the investment required here, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being I hate this and 10 being shut up and take my money, Where do you feel like you lie between 1 and 10 specifically?
Um, I think this is like a 9 to me, honestly.
A 9, okay. And what has you at a 9 out of 10 right now?
Uh, a 9 out of 10, just because I really want to see myself go through this process. So,
Okay, cool. And I guess what's holding you back from being an absolute 10 out of 10 then?
um, just experiencing it. So, being able to actually implement everything. And once I do, I mean, it's definitely considered a 10 out of 10 for me.
Okay, cool, awesome. Um, the thing is, the call here is about to end for some reason.
Mhm.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to end the call, and you can rejoin the call in like a minute or two.
Mhm. Okay.